I cannot believe Unlocking Futures have been around for 30 years.
I can't believe that Unlocking Futures has been around for 30 years because I got involved very soon after it began, which was 25 years ago. But I can't believe it's been that long. Time goes very quickly.
A lot of not-for-profits come and go, right? So being around for 30 years is not a small feat. You can't take it for granted.
This is an amazing program. It connects people, and we need that. We need a connection between people.
Claudette is a master at what she does.
Claudette is an amazing, ambitious, strong-willed person. Her personality is what we need to keep this company going.
The way that she can work with girls, at-risk kids, is unbelievable. If it wasn't for Claudette, Unlocking Futures wouldn't be Unlocking Futures.
Using their resources to build a better young person, build a better person within yourself. So from 15 to being 40 now, it still is a platform for me to get up there and perform.
Happy 30th anniversary, Unlocking Futures.
Happy 30th anniversary, Unlocking Futures.
Happy 30th anniversary, Unlocking Futures.
Happy 30th anniversary, Unlocking Futures. Boom.
Unlocking Futures impacted my life. It helped me to know that I'm just as beautiful and that I could be very successful and powerful. Shanique had quite a bit of struggles. Her struggles was maintaining herself and being good to herself, her self-care, and being a great mom at the same time. She was raising her son, and as a female raising a son, that's a lot of pressure. Helping Shanique overcome her struggles was me pushing her. So when I met Candace, I had a habit of playing victim. I was non-judgmental, but I also have that tough love. And she was like, Shanique, you're being immature, you need to grow up. We don't do victims here. I was like, we don't do that here. When I play victim, especially with things that happened in my childhood, I want people to feel sorry for me. And she was like, no, I'm not gonna baby you. I said, yes, you can cry. I'll give you 24 hours to cry, but tomorrow, let's get to it, okay? We got responsibilities and things to do. This young lady was stubborn, she was hard-headed, and she did not know the word no. I would complain how I hate when I had to give to family members. I didn't know how to say no, and she was like, Shanique, you have to learn to stick up for yourself. You can't be using your money or your resources to help other people when you're struggling yourself, so yes. She's helped me to learn to say no, and it's okay to say no when something is wrong or you're being mistreated. It was times when Shanique just have an attitude and I didn't understand, but it was her story. It was a part of her, and it's something that she had to work through. And that's sometimes I realized sometimes I had an attitude for no reason. I'm like, you know, this is my story. So it was just certain things. You had a bad day, but I just learned, and I learned how to deal with it as well as how to help my mentee. Whatever you're struggling, it doesn't last. Like there will come a time where you will be able to overcome whatever you've been through. Being a single mom doesn't define me. I can better myself. I can achieve more goals. I can have higher standards. I don't have to settle for less.
I was introduced to Unlocking Futures in 2008. Recently had graduated college, was in New York as a professional, and just felt like I had something to give.
Unlocking Futures impacted my life in a positive way. Leaders that I had in front of me were all gang members and drug dealers, so you know, growing up, what you see is what you want to be. And then when I got into Unlocking Futures, I had all of these positive role models in front of me. It let me know that I didn't want to be a street thug no more.
When I met Jonathan, he instantaneously, you knew he was a superstar. He had this street smart vibe about him. He was able to navigate in any setting, but his strong wing was, the streets.
Jermaine has helped my life words can't even describe. Like, Jermaine is there through everything. Like, if I need advice on relationship, career, school, he's just like a life hack for me. Like, I could call him up and no matter what the situation is, big or small, he has an idea, an answer, and if he doesn't, that brain is always working.
Jonathan's struggles were finishing high school, attending school, not cutting, not being gang related, realizing how important education is.
Every day is a struggle, especially growing up in the hood. So just by Jermaine and Unlocking Futures being consistent with workshops and phone calls and you know, just being there helped me to overcome my struggle. It gave me that cheerleader that I needed in my corner. I speak to a lot of my friends and they're still worried about respect and all of this other stuff.
If you can finish school, the opportunities that are available for you on the other side are endless.
I recently started my career. I'm an operations analyst at Bank of America Merrill Lynch.
He could have went left or right, and he chose to go right, which was to choose to want better for himself and disassociate from that life.
I was at a time in my life when I felt like I was doing a lot of stuff for myself. And I was like, you know what, I want to do something for somebody else. So I found out about Unlocking Futures and I got matched up with the most beautiful girl in the whole program. She went to a school that had childcare in it so that she could complete school, and then she went to community college, and then she got a job, and throughout the whole time, we were very involved. Her son, DeAndre, became my godson. So I said, "You're stuck with me for life." And she laughed because she knew it was true. Little did we know that her life would be the one that was cut short. DeAndre was always a welcome part of my family, even before I had a family. When I became a mentor to LaToya, he comes along with the package, right? But then when she passed away, he was really part of the family.
When our kids were born, he was always there. He was like a big brother to them.
Being a part of this family, it showed me like not everything in the world is bad, and you could overcome a lot of stuff through faith and belief.
He's a really terrific kid. He's really special. He's got a lot of love and a lot to give.
There's just so much processing that has to happen, and he'll always be grieving, and there's always going to be an emptiness, and we all have to lift him up as a family.
You're not alone. Like, that's the worst part of struggling, thinking you're alone. You probably thinking you're the only one who's going through this, or like, why me? Like, no, it's 1,000 other people going through that same struggle, probably worse. So if you ever think you're alone, that's like the worst thing to think, because you're not alone.
Unlocking Futures impacted my life because it allowed me an outlet, an opportunity, a different connection with people that I otherwise wouldn't have the experience being a young kid from the South Bronx.
Javaro's struggles were really, how do I succeed? What's possible for me? He didn't really know. He didn't see the opportunity.
It just gave me a lot of tools, understanding myself as a young man into adulthood, and having a mentor who trusted and believed in me.
When Javaro found out that I was his mentor, he ran around the room screaming, "Not the white guy, not the white guy, not the white guy."
In the beginning, when they were pairing the young people with the mentors, I ran around the room because it's like, no, I don't, this Jewish white guy, it was like, that was the thing in my head, but you being young and you're not understanding.
Adults had let him down in his life, never mind the white, Jewish, gay guy. I think because Javaro saw that I was going to show up and my commitment was there and he could finally trust me, then our experience began. Some of the kids weren't willing to be helped. They didn't ask for help. They weren't coachable. Javaro was very coachable, so he was willing to listen and learn and grow and move, and that's what made the difference for us.
He was very impactful, just pushing me forward to allow me to finish through high school, go to college. I have 3 beautiful children. I'm a New York City police officer for 15 years. I'm currently active in New York City Police Athletic League, so I'm still giving back.
You know, watching the news, you can go insane, but actually going out into the world and changing someone's life, that's making a difference.
It's like having talent to play basketball, but no team wants to draft you. Unlocking Futures was that team that drafted me that made me the man I am today.